Hello, everybody, and welcome to what is probably going to be the series finale of the Raging Germany series. Thank you all for joining me on this journey and all the feedback, likes, views. You guys have been awesome. I, on the other hand, have not been quite so awesome because I was dismissing workers left and right just to give you an idea of how inexperienced at war I am. Look at all this marsh over here. Like, I had the idea to have these guys take down the forest, but what about all this marsh and, stuff? So, yeah, I could have been doing a lot better as far as all that goes. But everybody is in position now as far as all that goes. Let's see. We'll just back this guy up into our borders. Ish. Something like that. Do that. Yeah. Okay, so let us see here. It is time to make peace with Genghis Khan. I didn't want to do that at the end because I don't like making decisions during those marathons. Hope you guys are enjoying the length, however. Okay, oh, a lot going on here. Assault. Actually, you know what? With all the money we got, let's see here. Great artist. Melbourne, Red Fort. No longer ally. Yeah, I bought into allyship over there because I misunderstood the levels of maritime city-states. But I learned, so. Anyways, that looks to be everything. So I'm just going to go over these city-states back here by our way into allied status. They have standing armies, so yeah, I don't know how much that's going to scare the Ottomans, but yeah. I don't really see a need to talk to them or denounce them or follow any procedure. We're just going to get set up as the best as we can and go from there. I set it up to where the guys closest were doing the shooting so that the guys that would have to do some maneuvering could do some maneuvering. I'm just getting behind the musket men here. We can mostly skedaddle out of here. However, I don't want to completely... What just happened? Did I click on something else? Alright, there we go. Basically, I don't know what kind of forces he has down here, but I don't want him taking advantage of the fact that Karakoram is ailing while we're trying to attack him. Similarly, we're going to be piling a number of units into Washington for the same reason. We're at least going to go get all these guys their altitude training. I think most of them are going to head down here. Basically, we just want a whole unit sandwich here. We're going to have a citadel going down here and then a citadel going down here, so we're going to have a nice 3-row area of land to call our own. That should give us plenty of space to bring in our archers, have our blockers wherever, and we're just going to have mounted surrounding the whole area. Not sure how it's going to go. Oh, whoops, I probably could have done this before paying off the city-states. There's no need to get them all worried that the whole world's attacking them. Let's see here. He wants some stuff, so I'm going to sell him some stuff. There we go. Right. And 3 for 2 is usually really good after war. Best you can do. Bottom of the barrel. Optimum exchange rate. Looks like he wants a lot. We got a lot to give. None of this really matters. I don't know how long this segment's going to be or how many more turns we're going to be in the game, but the odds are pretty overwhelming. So let's see. I'll just put these guys in. He can also come down. Even the ones that probably will hang out in Washington, we can at least, the mounted ones, the ones that move quickly, we can have them go get their altitude training. None of this matters. None of this matters. These guys are going to pile into Washington. Just whatever we can do to dissuade him, or at the very least, slow him down if he decides to come after Washington or Karakoram. Worker's going to go to sleep. Workers, whatever. None of these matter. Like... Okay, just all these guys. Yep. We do got to remember to stop Bashbalik from burning down next turn. because we need to have that land in order to uh, have the borders so that we can actually drop citadels here. And again, we're going to have the one great general. There'll be a big amalgam of units here, but that'll mostly cover it. I guess since this late general's so far of the party, he can just help Washington repel if there's even going to be any such effort. Don't even know, but I don't think we have the time to bring him down here in any useful way. But that's okay. I mean, one great general, you know, 2 hex radius, pretty effective in and of itself. I'm just so bummed I didn't think to bring more workers and start emptying out these marshes and such. I don't see the need to be giving out open borders. Alright, so Leaning Tower Pisa was seized. Several parts ago I had thought of building it just so I could use the Great Persian to rush Oxford, but I was misguided about the text we needed. Obviously this doesn't matter anymore. We're not gonna... Oh, okay, I guess I didn't need to buy in that deep. Whatever. No big deal. Alright, I guess this is as good a time as any to drop the citadels. It expands our borders, and then less likely for him to prompt us. I'm totally okay with lying to him at this point, but... I mean, I guess we start clearing out the marsh, right? I mean, there's not really much going on here. We can start getting all these guys into position now that we don't have the Great Wall in our face anymore. Let's see here. We will favor the archers above all. So let's see. We gotta keep in mind there's altitude training. Also, so let's see. You're the one on the road. You can reach as far as here. Not on the road. You can reach as far as here. So something like this. And it's okay that we got one musketman lagging here, because we're going to need some defense in the back. I don't want to leave it all to melee because of stuff like this. If this pikeman gets near, I want to be able to slam into it with the musketman. But everybody else, we got so much mounted that everything should be fine. Okay, so we're just going to pile everybody in as best as we can. Just clearing off space for these archers to get as forward as they can. Something like this looks good. Alright. So there we go. And once we get started, we might focus on units like this just to damage them. We might focus on the city because just looking at the spread here, we'd probably start off with 3 archers like this with the 4th one here. This one would have to step and shoot, so this one could step and shoot. And then we'll be getting 8 shots per turn. So we'll probably be able to end it pretty quick. We don't want to leave the archers up because they can fight back despite the meat shields we're going to have here. So, yeah, that's something to keep in mind. We're just going to start occupying as many of these hexes as we can, so because we do have an open borders agreement at the moment, so we don't want him being able to occupy any of these hexes where possible. Oops, I meant to click here, so now he can't get as far. At least we get him over the river. I was trying to click there so we get them all altitude training as they're coming over. This one, I think, is the last one, so we might back him back up into Washington's borders. Because 2 crossbowmen, 2 musketmen, probably good enough to slow him down to prevent capture, but having 1 cavalry in there also certainly wouldn't hurt. Okay, so worker, yeah, we're going to clear out the marsh as much as we can. We're late to the party, so it doesn't, I don't know how useful it's going to be. I've really learned a lot as far as that kind of thing goes, though, in the future. When I have an excess of workers, I'm not going to just be like, I'm not going to just look at the number I have, but also look at how would I be able to best use them, even if it's far, far away. Because, I mean, look at how many turns we're taking to do all this. I'm just scouting. We could have the scout come down here and act as a distraction. But if it was within the bombard... He's got a nice bombard net. This is really impressive, actually. I don't know how useful this land is, but as far as, like, trying to find a pocket to park my scout, that won't get bombarded. There isn't one. That's nice. Oh, one of them was Atlanta, though, so I guess he doesn't get all the credit. Alright, and we've actually formed a perfect wall here. So we'll have some units in the back, some units in the front. That'll help prevent him from focus firing down anything, because we will have at least one musket man in the back. I want to have a nice spread of lancers and cavalry, since the cavalry are stronger. We can lie, it don't matter at this point. We're going to be getting denounced left and right, probably, because of all the damage we did to Mongolia. But it's fine, like none of this really matters at this point. Yep, we're just going to be as nice with everybody as we can, but everybody wants salt. I don't know who has salt on this map. Alrighty, so do we not have any furs of our own? Oh crap, I forgot to oops, I forgot to stop Beshbalik from burning. So this will be interesting. None of these borders are going to be ours now. Okay. I mean, at least they don't have the Great Wall in them, so I guess that's the most important part, but I mean, when these guys start taking shots, the ability to heal 20 per turn instead of 10 would have been nice. Okay. We'll make it work. I'm just sitting here like, why do we suddenly need furs? And then it's like, oh no. Well, we'll do what we can. Okay, so let's just get him out of here. And in fact, I don't even see the need to keep him around. We'll just kind of spy on the back here. He's going to come just be a buffer for there. I don't see anything else going on there. Go to sleep. Okay, you have your altitude training, so let's head on back. Alrighty. Yeah, this will be interesting without... Okay. Alright, so we'll have the back step up so that we know which rough tiles are taken. Unfortunately, this guy's just not going to be able to clear the marsh out in good time. One more musket man to the front seems good. Actually, without those borders there, it's kind of easier to see all this a little bit. So, at least there's that. We'll have him come up here. Kind of like boxed myself in, but that's okay. Right now we're just trying to occupy as many tiles as we can so that he cannot. So I'm going to fill in all the gaps here. Doesn't look like he's going to want to take this, but this is road, so I'll go ahead and occupy that. Yeah, so something like this. And we should have these two like maybe come down here. I mean, they move so quick that it's not going to hurt having them down here. They can get up here pretty quick, and at least then we'll have a little bit of a force down here if he starts pushing towards Karakorum. Karakorum's still, you know, crippled, I guess you could say. So, there's that. Alright, this seems like everything's doing fine. So we'll do this. Who all needs... Yeah. I'm just gonna get rid of this guy. We're done. We're done with him. Lancer, wait. Okay. Well, I mean, without having the city here, at least we don't need a human monument, so that's one extra Lancer to the war effort. Let's see here. We're about to declare war on him, so I'm not even sure this is worth my time. Okay. We're still getting into position, though, so, you know, whatever. Does he actually want any of these? Pearls. There we go. I don't see the need to trade for furs. It don't matter which luxuries we do or do not have, as long as our happiness is good. And even that doesn't matter anymore. I mean, we want our units to fight strong, but it's not like we need the rationalism. Okay, so he's denouncing us, which is interesting because we don't even have a city here anymore. Alright. Great scientist born. It doesn't mean anything. Economics. Okay, so once the Hanses are built, we can do some windmills. Upcoming session. Yep. On to industrialization. Wow, we could actually have a ranged Gatling gun here shortly. I'm not going to bother trading with him. We're like a turn away from being at war.
मेरे ख्याल से मुझे ये करना ही चाहिए.
Silver. Oh, he's only got 1 gold. Okay, it was just showing up because he's willing to trade for furs. Okay. So our archers are about to get into position. It would be really nice if this wasn't marsh, but it is, so we got to deal with that. So let's get this lancer out of here. This one. We'll move this here. We'll move this here. There we go. And now this guy can get forward. Would rather not have anybody in the marsh. We'll have him back up to over here. And that way this guy can come in and get set up. We'll have the Great General sandwiched in here. That's a good spread. A really good spread, in fact. Don't want to be like this, but what can you do? Okay, so from this position we can actually step, shoot, step, shoot, step. There's going to be units contesting us to some extent. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just trying to get a feel of things here. Let's see. He can cross into this tile, so we want to occupy that. Everything's fine the way it is right now. I do like that the cavalry are at the outskirts with the lancers in the back. It was kind of unintentional, but it works really well. On that note, I'll just have this. Oh, he can't quite reach. Okay, this guy could, but I'd rather he heal up a little. I mean, it doesn't matter. This guy's actually going to come here, clear out this marsh. As much maneuverability as we can have over here, the better, but for the most part, we're pretty well good to go. Like I said before, the main thing is we're out of bombard range, and the pikemen can be contested by our musketmen. Everything else is cream, so let me back this guy up to here. That seems better. There we go. Help protect our backside here with these archer types. Okay, we're just about ready to go. Some of it involves stepping and shooting, so if we can hold off one more turn, maybe that's for the better. I don't know. I'm just going to have this guy go to sleep, so I don't have to check in with him every turn. Same with you. This guy's getting into position yet. These guys can defend like that. There we go. Alright, Great General will be kicking in. There we go. Okay, this is looking like an okay defense squad. This isn't particularly impressive, but all it needs to do is slow them down. And of course, Karakoram's healing every turn. Because once we're in position, we can just like start getting this over with quick. He's going to have a lot of units, but that's what all this mounted's for. Me? Nope. Not even going to entertain the possibility. Okay, so if we did choose to go this turn, we've got some archer types in range. Let's see. So this we could kill this one pretty easily without actually needing archer types. Let me deal with these. I'm not even going to bother with that. Camp. That's unfortunate, but what can you do? Actually, we can afford the happiness. I'll step these guys out to deal with that. Oh, look at that. That's insane. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to leave these guys locked into all full-on production because, you know, why not? Searches for science. Okay, so a lot of people want our stuff. It might be time to declare war. Mainly what I'm looking at is how well we'd be able to clean up his archer types. Because our 3 archers can slide and get one shot, and they have range, all of them. This one, 1, 2, 3, we would not be able to reach that. We could act on this. This is, I mean, I'm actually more scared of this than these. None of them matter, though. All of our non-archers are more or less going to just sit in place and tank what they can with the mounted backfilling. So let us see here. We would want this guy to scoot out And there is road here, so we should be able to slam into this. I don't know if we'd be able to retreat afterwards. I don't want to get in bombard range, that's the problem. And unfortunately, only an archer from here would be able to hit it. Although if we declare war, I can start getting like the meters up for estimates on damage. That might actually be better as far as planning all this stuff. So let's go ahead and declare war. I'm not even going to bother looking for somebody to pay us to do so. Now we have a clearer picture of what luxuries we have to sell off to folks. Let's see, gold and citrus are both wanted by him. So let's see, what would we give me for that? Good.
मेरे ख्याल से मुझे ये करना ही चाहिए.
Sugar.
Shaman.
There we go. Do you even have any money? I mean, I could have just hovered over it to see. I didn't have to go in here. Yep. Okay, you're right. You're right about that. Alright, so we're ready to go. It is time. Okay. So I can't actually hit this melee-wise with any of my mounted, I just realized, because of where the Janissaries are, it'd be zone of control. So if I'd want this guy to step and shoot, and this guy to step and shoot, and this guy to slide, let's just get him out of here. That seems fine right there. We gotta remember this one's here. I think I may have put him just... No? Okay. Alright, so step and shoot. How much do we need to put into that? I don't know. He's gonna do about 44. And he can actually reach him this turn. So let's step him up. We'll get the flanking bonus here. And then he'll be the one to push forward. Oh, no! Okay. Alright, well, that's fine. He's out of movement points, unfortunately. So we'll have to do this. Do I have anybody to backfill over there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I do. Nice. Look at this mobility. I love it. And he can fill in the gap there. So now he steps in. He can act on the city if I need him to. And I do. One shot in the city, it'll more than heal up in the turn. So there's no point in putting a single shot in. So let me step him up. This guy's just going to double tap from where he's at. So let me see here. I'm going to attack him so he doesn't push into the tile. Now we'll double tap with this guy. Alright. This guy can only act upon this Janissary, so I'm just going to do that because why not? This one can defend here or here. I don't know which one's considered more of a problem. This guy's retreats easier. So, on the other hand, this one's already damaged. The back line can mostly just hold for its own. I want to keep the front line invigorated. We got some backfill options here. That's what I think. Let's see. It might be better to move this Great General over here just to help him out. These guys are left dangling, but they're of the least importance as far as that goes. We'll just move him there, because why not? Let's see. If I was to attack into these guys, because he's in marsh. So yeah, I will do that. And he can actually swap with this guy. So now this guy finishes him off. That works. Okay, so does one of these guys... Probably not, because it's all marsh. Nobody can get over there, right? But he can get over here at least. So there's that. In fact, I can run into him now. If I had seen that, I might have like put a shot into him, but... let's see. So... This guy gets there, okay. So this guy gets here. That's fine. That's good enough. You just get the marsh. By the time that marsh is gone, we'll already be done. Let's see. We can actually finish this guy off, so I'm just going to do it. And we have movement points left, so let's pillage. And this is actually fine. He's out of bombard here, so this is perfectly fine. If I had known that, I might have had this guy come here, but for this reason, I'm going to go ahead and have this guy start heading this way. Fill in the gaps a little bit better. Whatever. Oh, I got 2 workers here. I'll just get rid of one of them. I don't even need one, but... Okay, bombard. Why would we Oh, we can bombard this guy? Okay, let's get the... Why not? Shoot him down. We got nothing else to do with these guys, so why not, right? Okay, so you come down here. He'll occupy this hex, and this guy can come up here or something. I don't know. Alrighty, so I'm liking this.
मेरे
Sure.
दोस्त
I
क्या
don't really care about any of that. Okay, heavy action over on the west. Archers are all doing real well. What unit was killed? There was a unit killed? Oh my goodness. That's not cool. Alright, so that's why we have these musketmen here to deal with exactly that. So, alright, so he's the only one, because this guy could step up and act on the city. I don't know if we want him to, but he can. So I'm going to move this musketman up here and pillage. So, oh wait, I can't. Great Wall action. Okay, so we're just going to move him up for now, because that puts him in range for the city next turn. So he's got one shot here, 2, 2, 2. I mean, if we can flood this land, one of our units gets shot, but it's less likely that, because he's in marsh right now, so it'd be really nice to be able to take advantage of that. I kind of want this guy to just heal. Let me deal with all this too. Whatever, I don't care.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम
I'm not even going to pay attention to those. Where's this? That don't matter. Okay. So a unit was killed there. Okay. This is the guy with one shot, right? Yep. Okay, we'll do windmills. None of that matters. Okay, big decision time. We move this musketman in here to make room for this. He could take that relatively easily. I mean, even the cavalry does okay versus them, because they're so much stronger in general. Let's see, this guy's in the back. He can act on this one. Double tap like that. Alright, we'll push in. That seems good. So this guy can shoot that. Do we need to? Don't hurt, right? Because now this guy can take him? No. One more shot. There we go. Now we can take him and probably have mobility enough to pillage. So he's looking good too. Alright, so we got a gap in here, a little flute, but not that he can exploit. Nevertheless, let's just fill it in with a lancer, because we can. Now, as far as the back, like I said, I think mostly we're just going to sit tight, let them deal it themselves. These two could probably hit into him without actually killing him. Well, let's see here. I kind of want to start getting the musketman over here, but I don't know how important that is. Why don't we have these two trade places? No. The lancer and him could trade places. So let's hit here, and we'll have the lancer push in. The lancers are more expendable, in my opinion. So I'm looking to backfill like this. Now this musketman can kind of get to the front line. Meanwhile, because as long as these marsh tiles are here, the difference from here and here, we actually have to go around or go through at great penalty. So I'm just looking at that. You heal up, he'll probably be the target of the crossbow unless they want to triple shot the lancer, which is reasonable. It's attractive. So let's see if we can get out of that option. If we do this, this, this. Now nobody's getting triple shot. He can still act on this guy, but he didn't move at all, so he can heal up. That seems good. And now we have our options of, we got the flute filled up here. We do have a little bit of vulnerability over here, so let's fill that in. We'll do this, and we'll have this lancer be the one that scoots back here if we need more help down here. Doesn't look like we need any help at all, though, to be honest. Build actions, build improvements, automated. I don't want that. Is it just already... Oh, okay. Didn't look like it was repaired. Okay, just go to sleep. Ha, we get an archer for free. Okay, well, that's not really important, but whatever. Let's see here. You go there, you go there. That seems good. Good enough. Okay. Alright, so we still have archer movement points, so we're just going to start hitting the city. Because that's all we can actually reach. Well, this one could hit a boat. No, we can't even hit the boat. So 2 shots into the city there. This hex is wide open, so next turn we'll step and shoot. This will step and shoot. And we should be ready to go on the city itself. And this great general is perfectly placed there, given where everybody is. Actually, does one of these have 2 movement points? Yes. So let's just occupy that tile so nobody else can. I don't see it happening. Oh, wait. We actually have another shot. Cool. 3 shots in. Nice. Alright, and next turn it will be 6, and then after that, 8. So crossbowman's going to go to sleep. You're going to go to sleep. You're going to go to sleep. There we go. Alrighty. We're into the home stretch now. Okay, I don't, whatever. Okay. So, Musketman gets badly bruised. But that's okay. Alright. Unit promotions. March. Rough. Medic. Thank you. Oh, cool, and the guy actually retreated, so... Well, it looks like our backside is pretty well safe. So yeah, home stretch it is. I'm going to have this Lancer come through here just to give this guy a little more protection. He's just going to pillage and sit tight. This guy can step and shoot. Or not. Oh yeah, Great Wall. That's fine. That's fine. I wasn't taking that into consideration. But all our other archers can start unloading. So that's all we're going to focus on. Everybody else is going to be taking all the shots. We got so many mounted nearby that capturing the city will be easy. Did he clear the marsh? It looks like it, so he can... Yeah, okay. So this marsh is cleared even though it doesn't look like it. But that doesn't mean anything because we're getting down to the home stretch here. It does mean we can have this guy chill like this and something like this. Yeah. I think I will go ahead and move this guy forward just because of the amount of movement points it's going to take to achieve our goals. Just want to make sure somebody can capture the city once it's all beat up. It's probably going to be too little too late, but we'll have this worker come in here. It's nice that the Great Wall doesn't count in all of these tiles. Oh, he grew into a tile. Okay. He just grew into this tile. So that would have been a good reason to keep Veshblik around. I meant to, but totally forgot. That's why the guy couldn't step and shoot. That tile wasn't his until just now. Alrighty. Well, knowing is half the battle, so... Okay. All of our outside protection forces look like they're good too, so I'm happy where we're at. Everything's looking quite good. I would move this guy to fill in the gap, but he heals standing still, so I think that's more important. He's not showing any sort of like harm here, or threat, I should say. So, sure. Okay, what happened here? Did we lose a unit? Oh, it was a Lancer. We put him there just for that reason. So that's actually good, because that means this guy can just block now. Alright, industrialization. So we could actually upgrade our archers if we wanted. Only this one would be a 2-shot, and that's not our borders anymore, so... March. Yeah, if you guys look up the song, I think it was called March by House of Crazies. That's Krazees. I rather like that song. Can't help but think of it when it says March like that. Alright, so the Lancer went down pretty easy. That's no surprise. Let's get a cavalry in there instead. Something like this. Okay, so yeah, now we'll step out of the marsh because he's got this Janissary here. Yeah, I don't need that notification any longer. Alright, so let's just put 8 shots into the city. He must have built like some defensive measure or something because this seems to be tougher than I would have imagined, but it looks like we might have it next turn. So let's go ahead and just move as many units as we can like this. Great Wall's going to slow us down, so we'll do what we can. And I don't think this is necessary, but it's fine. In fact, let's start having this guy head over here. I don't think any of that's necessary, though. I thought I put you to sleep. No matter. It's too late for him to be of any use, but whatever. Rifling. Sure, why not? Oh, cool. Let's buy a mosque. Why not? We got all the faith in the world and nothing to use it on, so there we go. Happiness. We're all happy now. Okay, so this might very well be the turn. So, and these aren't Gileas's or whatever they are, so I'm not worried about them. He goes there. We'll just start upgrading this. Oh, you know what? Speaking of upgrades, we can upgrade these guys. They would be totally useless if we did, though, so I don't plan on it. It's still nice that we have that option. I'm assuming, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming if you already have the range promotion, then the Gatling gun would shoot 2 hexes, not 1. We'll go ahead and move the Great General here, get a better spread. Yeah, this one Great General is doing just fine for this whole war. Oh no, we lost a unit. What are we going to do? Yep. Everybody can have whatever opinion they want, because this game is about to be over. It is our turn. Oh no, we're wanted at delegates. What are we going to do? I know. Let's shoot Istanbul. We already got Constantinople, so what else is there? Whee! Alright, here we go. And there we go. Thanks, guys, so much for joining me. This has been an absolute blast. I look forward to future games of domination without the Germany, basically building my units for free. I learned a lot this series, so thank you so much. And here we go. I know I'm not very good at actually completing the series, and this one is closed. So I want you guys to enjoy your weekend or whatever's left of your holidays. And I will see you in the next series. Take care.